Welcome to another episode of Sports and Discourse with your host, Derek Stevenson. And on today's episode, we are going to continue profiling Kentucky's 2024 into 2025 roster. And today we're going to look at Andrew Carr, big man out of Wake Forest. I think he's around 6'11", around 225, 230 pounds. But the main thing that I noticed about him right away was I felt like he's another guy that'll fit really well in Pope's offense. He looks like he can stretch the floor really well, and he actually can score around the basket a little bit. So let's get into some of his highlights and see what we like about him, and see how we think he's going to fit into this next wave of Kentucky basketball. And like I said initially, man, it's just it's good to have like a guy that's got some experience under his belt, but he's kind of like this next generation of big man, a stretch four, if you will. And right there, like, man, he looks like he can move really well in the offense. So it looks like he can figure his way around the court pretty good. He's seemed like one of those guys that'll be really good at setting screens for some of the guards and then making himself available, and that's what you want. And this next wave of big man is all about running and getting the spots. And but right there, man, that was a pretty good post move. I definitely let me run that back real quick. But I definitely want to see some of that as well. Like, I know the game is changing, but it's also, it's also a game of matchups. So anytime we get a chance to be able to take advantage of somebody's height, it's good to know that you can feed the basket to him down low and put him in positions, and he can score. He's got some moves around the basket right there. Look like he got a little toughness. Look like he's not afraid to mix it up down low, even though he actually has a pretty good jump shot. He looks pretty aggressive too. Now I will say this. He definitely seems like he's not really swift. He's not light on his feet. That might be one thing that may hinder him when he plays in the SEC is he's not very fast. But I like that he attacks from all angles of the court. When he's on the perimeter, he's not just locked in to catching and shooting. He will take it to the basket. When he's down low, he will, he'll attack and use post moves to get some shots. And then, he can catch and shoot it. So I like what I'm seeing so far, even though he's not one of the most athletic, one of the most, the fastest moving guys that are probably going to be on the court. But I like the way he makes himself available in the offense. And he just looks like he had a really good grasp of what he was supposed to be doing on offense at Wake Forest, man. He moved the ball around, and then after he got rid of it, he got to his next spot and made himself open. And like I said, with the way that Pope's offense seems to run, a lot of guys touching the ball, a lot of guys shooting threes, I think he's gonna be able to utilize him, and he's gonna be able to make some stuff happen for us. He's aggressive though, man. He works hard to get to his spots. Like he don't give up pretty easily. Even when he gets some resistance, when he's down low, he might try to get his first initial bang off. And if the defender holds his position, he don't back down, man. He gonna give you two or three good solid bumps to try to get to his spot. Like he's not he don't shy away from the contact down low. Even when he seems to be like overmatched strength wise, he don't really back down. He kind of just keeps pushing until he gets all the way through. And right there, like I like that play right there where he just caught it. He just had the instinct to feel that that he could raise up over top of his man and had the confidence to just catch, turn around, and shoot it over top of him, man. So I like the way he stays moving in the offense. Like I said, he just makes himself available when he's not involved in the play, as you see right there. He don't stand around and watch. He don't just assume that there's gonna be made baskets. He attacks the glass. So he's just one of those guys that seems like he's hungry to get involved in the play. Like I said, he's definitely physical. He's not the biggest dude. He's only, like I said, he's only about 225, 230 pounds. But he plays rough though. Like he throws his body in there and he gets in there and mixes it up, even though, he's not like a 250 pounder plus big man, but he plays hard, man. And like I said, he's not afraid of the contact at all. And a lot of times, you get guys that when they can shoot, they usually stay on the perimeter, don't really like to mix it up down low. But this dude seemed like he's very comfortable, like right here. Like he had to get the ball up right there, but stay involved in the play. Like I said, this dude, when he initially gets moved off of his spot, he don't give up on the play. He keeps attacking. And right here, he had to give the ball up because the defense locked him down. But then as soon as he gave the ball up, he jumped right back in the play and made himself available yet again to get a basket. So he ain't going to give up. Got right back to the basket, got a layup for Wake Forest, man. So he's a physical dude, man. I like it. I like it a lot. Yes, sir. But yeah, man, that's Andrew Carr. I like him. Like I said, one of the things that pops out to me is that he just makes himself available. Like he looks like a guy that really understands how to play the pick and roll as a big man. Um, he seems to read what the defense is doing really well, and he knows if he's supposed to cut to the basket or if he's supposed to float out to the three. But he just seems like a guy that's always going to make himself available. So I feel like he's going to get a lot of decent looks in the offense because he's just going to make himself a target all the time for these guards. And like I said, he's showing that he can score from anywhere on the court. He can hit the outside shot, but also he's tough. He's physical. He's willing to mix it up. He doesn't look like he's scared of competition. I think he's gonna be the type of player that you're gonna need to have in the SEC because SEC is starting to get a lot of teams with a lot of physical players. That's some of the things that Kentucky has struggled with the last couple of years. Outside of guys like Oscar Tshiebwe, we've been looking for some guys that just been physical, been able to compete man to man against a lot of players that, some of these teams like the Alabamas, the Auburns, the Tennessees, some of these teams that usually have some physical big man, we're going to need that a lot going forward. And he just, like I said, he's not a big bulky dude, but he's rough, man. And he don't mind to go man to man, body to body, strength to strength. Like I said, he don't give up on the play. Even if he gets pushed around, he never stops competing. So I like what I'm seeing from Andrew from some of these clips, man, and hopefully he can bring a lot to the table at Kentucky. Like I said, I think he's going to fit really good in Pope's offense because I think he's going to just give him a lot of options. He's going to give him a little bit of a low post presence, scoring. And definitely he's going to be able to shoot the ball from the outside and knock down some open jumpers. I don't know what he's going to do defensively. I haven't really got a feel for what I think his defensive capabilities are. But one thing I know, Mark Pope has recruited several other guys that have been like defensive player of the year in their conferences respectfully. So hopefully, Andrew's going to add a lot to this this next wave of Wildcats, like I said, man. But anyways, that's what I think about Andrew. You guys let me know what you think about him in the comments, and we'll get back at it next time. Sports and Discourse with your host, Derek Stevenson.